Alright guys, so this is the Jaws of War, which is getting Ares Essence. This is a super long mission, so I'm going to break it up into 3 parts. The first part is going to be the right 2 side areas, and then the next part is the left 2 sides, with the third part being the final boss fight. It's a huge area. It's actually kind of fun. There's a lot going on here. We get introduced to a new mechanic as well, which is the floating blocks that you can turn on and off, and they fall or they float. So first thing we're going to run down here, and you'll notice is a golden pomegranate, which gives you full health. Now there's a lot of those around, so you know, you can always have full health. So first thing is hit this button and you get introduced. It says floating, I'm not going to pronounce that, cubes, and basically you take these and just move them around. This is how we're going to get around. You can throw them, jump up, climb on them. If you strike them, they will fall and you can die if you hit the ground. So this is just an introductory to them right now, this first part, so they can get used to the next couple parts. There's one part in here that's like all about those floating cubes. So once again, press another button. There's a floating cube. Raise it. There's another one. You just got to move these over here. There's nothing super special about this. Just move it over. So you need kind of like 2, one up a little higher than the other one, so that way you can get up to the 2nd floor. That's really all it is here. And I think I messed that one up. So you can use your middle mouse button, highlight one of them, and pull them closer to you, like this. And if you let go, you notice that one's a little smaller than the larger ones. The little ones obviously fly a little more often. Like they, if you grab them and hold E down, they'll fly at you a lot quicker than the big ones do. All right, so once you just climb up here, up across, and then you got another cube, and then once we get this, so this one's up there, you got to shoot it with the. Most of the time, I try not to hit it with the axe. Shoot it with the arrow. Is the key. The other thing I got to tell you, something I learned too, is using the right mouse button as arrow aim. You're better off moving. If you just want to move a little bit forward, use that as opposed to trying to just push forward with the W key, because I find it often doesn't. Here's 2 more. You gotta lift one up. I find with the if you just try to move forward, you'll end up jumping off and killing yourself, as opposed to if you use the arrow, if you use the bow aim, you actually go forward a little bit at a time. It doesn't do some kind of dodge thing. Now, the other thing I want to talk about once this cutscene is over. Do not, I repeat, do not hit that block right in front of us right there. You can just, that's what you got to destroy the chains. We're gonna go the right side first. If you destroy that chain holding his neck down, the chain that goes to his neck, if you destroy the last chain thing off him, he'll instantly, as soon as you get in the area, it'll teleport you down there and he'll one-shot you. So leave that one for last, so that way you come down there, you hit it, and you're in the right spot and don't get teleported down. You see we're just running across here, double jumping, getting over here. You're gonna get our stand back. This is probably the most complicated one, because you have to traverse this area, and if you want to get the chest, and I'll show you how to get the chest, you have to use these blocks to kind of throw them and move around. For this one, I'm just going to try to get these get up higher. I'm going to pull the block towards me, and I'm just going to keep pulling the blocks up until I'm high enough that I can actually just jump across and go far. So you see what I did there is I threw it, but I didn't throw it far. I just basically just pressed the button to throw it, so it kind of like glided a little bit. So I'm using the arrow, I'm using the bow, and I'm moving slowly to the edge so that way I don't fall off. And sometimes in order to grab a block, you have to drop it again. For some reason, it only lets you grab it once. And try, there you go. I highlighted it now. Pull it up, and then I'm just going to kind of throw it ahead a little bit, just a little bit, just a little tap to get it to move a little bit, so it's not directly over me. And if I run backwards, you can see I'm using the bow movement. That way I can walk slowly without falling off the edge. Now, once you feel like you're high enough, you just run forward, sprint, and fly across. And hit R again to drop. All right, now double jump across. We get another save, and there's another golden pomegranate. However, I wouldn't recommend, don't even bother using them right now, because if you do fall off the edge, you just respawn to the last save location. So, and you lose two health bars, and that's it. All right, this one gets a little more tricky because I'm basically going to try to throw these big ones right across. You can see the point where it's going to land. So I just throw the big one over there, and I take this big one. I don't bother with the little one for this one. And I try to throw this big one. You can see where I'm trying to throw it. And then I'm just going to double jump across. And this one, I'm going to get the chest. The chest is right above us, straight ahead above us. So I'm going to keep I'm going to use the middle mouse button and pull this block towards me. Try not to get it wedged in these columns. I did that one time, which is kind of a nuisance. Now it's up there. I'm gonna hop up on top of it, and we're gonna jump across to the next platform, and I'm gonna start speed jump, double jump, turn around, and I'm gonna grab it and pull it towards me again, and then we're just gonna throw it towards this block. So you can see the dot where I'm actually gonna throw it just over there, and then the little blocks are tough if you throw like that. The little ones fly away. That's why I kind of like these big ones. They don't go quite as far. And throw this one over there, and I'm just gonna use these two blocks to like just kind of walk up on top of them. So I'll go grab this one, and when I pull it towards me, it's gonna pull up. Now there is a possible method of using this to actually use one block to propel the other one. If you pull it towards you, it may hit the other block and propel. I haven't got it to work that well, so I just do this method where I throw it a little head, climb up here, and then you just basically turn around and grab the other one. And you might wiggle it because it might get stuck under it a little bit. There you go. I got it now. It gets above me. Oh, it got away from me, but quickly grab it and pull it back down. And I'm going to throw it towards the column because on top of these columns is the actual chest itself, and we want to get up there. I'll hop up there, and we're gonna do this a few more times just to kind of get the height so that we can get to the chest. See, that actually propelled us up. See how that worked? Now we're right next to the chest. That was purely by accident, but that was actually a neat trick. That if you get the chest under you and pull it towards you, it'll actually propel you up. I don't know if it'll work left to right, but it definitely works forward. Now I can just double jump and glide over to the next section here. Since we got the chest, you know, we could have went right here. If you don't really care about the chest, you can just go right here, but press this button to get a couple more blocks. It seems like you always get two big ones and one little one. I don't bother with the little ones. I just use the big ones. They seem to be good enough. Now this one, you actually have to get one of these. You have to, you can't just pull these up high and jump over there. You actually have to bring one of these blocks with you because it requires a heavy block to go on a plate. Now I messed up the throw a little bit, and I'm not able to like re-grab that block. So what I'm gonna do is shoot it. I push this block down and shoot it again. So now I can grab it again. I'm just gonna throw it forward a little bit. You see, I'm gonna try to throw it at that column right there so it stops there. It doesn't go too far, but far enough that I can actually, well, obviously messed up the throw again. I just barely tossed it. There we go. Just throwing them little by little so we can get close enough. Then jump up. And then grab the block below us. Don't let that block go too far. And then we're going to throw it forward a little bit more. And we're just going to keep doing this a little bit at a time and just take our time going across. Because we need to get one of those big blocks. The big blocks don't fly as far as the little ones, and we need to get it over there. So we're going to have to get up high enough, and we're going to have to throw it far enough that it actually makes it. Now this is obviously far enough for me to jump across, but it's not far enough for that block to get across. Oh, it's spinning me right now. These blocks are often, I think these are like kind of difficult to work with sometimes. You just swap them and move it across. All right, so I'm aiming. You can see the little point where I'm aiming for. I threw it as hard as I can. I got up really high, threw it hard down, and hopefully when I jump across, that block is close enough that I can pull it in and then drop it down. So I can easily fly across here. Just gliding in, making sure it's close enough. Otherwise, we have to restart. You can actually just run back. There's a way you can actually just jump back across if you need to. Not difficult. It's kind of to right a little bit there. Close enough I can grab it, which is awesome. We're gonna kind of just stand over the middle of this right there, walk over here and shoot it with an arrow, let it drop down. That'll unlock this area, and we can jump through and break the chain. That's the first chain down, guys. On to the next. All right, so we're starting on the far right side after we got the close right side done. All right, so once again, just run across here. This one is probably the easiest one. It does take a little time just because you got to roll balls, big metal ball things around. So just waiting for my stamina to come up. Jump across here. Another jump across. All right, you're going to press this button here, and it's going to activate a block, and we're going to basically shoot it, pick it up, and carry it over here. We're going to leave it right in here because we're going to roll the ball down these ramps, and this is basically going to stop the ball from falling down the thing. So we drop it right there, hop all the way up here, and activate the button here, which will create a ball, and we'll just roll it down, or actually roll itself down. And if all goes well, it'll just go right into that hole. You can't fathom the war. Double jump, you get saved. There's a pomegranate. Now we're gonna go up here, and we're gonna go get the chest. So we're gonna come over here, see the chest down there. We're basically just gonna jump down there and glide to it. Pick the chest up. I'll open the chest rather. Can't pick them up. Now we gotta get back, so we're gonna basically kind of like bow movement like I showed you. We're gonna double jump over here and glide a little bit to make sure we get there, and then once again bow movement, right mouse button, and bow movement helps a little bit. Double jump and we should get up here fine. All right, so we're actually gonna just move these blocks over there. Now that button is already activated. You don't need to press it unless you lose these. Now we're gonna put this block right over here at the end of this ramp, because there's we're gonna roll a ball down the ramp, and 2 balls at one time. So you gotta make sure the ball doesn't fall down the see, it's not lined. I don't have lined up in front of the ramp. I couldn't grab it again, so I had to shoot it and drop it, and now I can move it again. You basically want to put it in front of the ramp so that like and shoot it and drop it, so it's in front of the ramp so that the ball that rolls down the ramp will hit that and stop and not roll off the edge. All right, we're gonna grab this one. This one's gonna complete the ramp, just like we did last time. Put it right here. Leave it right there, and we're going to shoot it and drop it. Now that one, see I shot that big block right there? That's in the right spot, and shoot that little block. So that helps with the other ball, the second ball that comes. So we're going to press this button. 2 balls dropped, and you can see them rolling, right? I'm going to grab this first one so it doesn't drop off the edge. And I'm just going to roll it straight down here. And then I'm going to go check on the second ball in a minute. That ball's going, and the second ball comes over here. Oh, it actually stopped. It actually worked out well that it stopped up there, but they already have a block there that stops it. So I'm going to go up here and grab it, kind of pull it down a little bit. Remember, move the ball, not your character. And I ran out of stamina anyway, so it's going to hit that block in front, which is fine, and roll down into the thing. And once both balls go in there, it unlocks the door, and that's it. So this is probably the easiest one out of all 4 of them, or the shortest one. And there's the pomegranate. I eat that to get my health back, and break the chain. Now we're gonna head back down, and we're gonna fight the boss. However, this video has gone on long enough, so I'm gonna leave it at that, and I will start it up tomorrow with the next video of the actual boss fight. So I hope you really enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please hit that like button below and leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll do my best to answer them. If you'd like to see more content like this, then please smash that subscribe button. And you can also hit me up when I'm live over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Maniocrity, where I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, Immortals, happy hunting.